This is Tom from Swords and Dreams, Reptile Rescue, shooting another video. Today I'm shooting this video for Carrie. She's one of our new supporters, and she's been very kind. She actually gave us an iguana. Can you look down there, Jed? You can see we had him in the holding cage. I actually stripped most of the foliage off. This was the cage that he slept in, or she slept in. Her name is Iggy Doo, and I guess it's Iggy, and named after the Doobie Brothers, and there was one other part of the name which I'll have to read all the literature about. But I wanted to shoot this video for her because she's moving, and I wanted to show her how much I care about her iguana, and I decided to create a much bigger cage. This iguana is actually supposedly potty trained, paper trained, a little different than I do the water training as well. But I think if you train your iguana like that, they'll actually bond with you a lot better. I feel bad for Carrie because, unfortunately for Carrie, she tried for 6 years straight and got no real results except for a cool animal that she could actually, do her computer work, and it would climb up on the big branches next to her under its lights, and then it would. What is it?
Iggy Doo heifer.
Iggy Doo heifer?
Yep.
Well, she's definitely a heifer because she's heffing.
Is he heffing paying?
All right. Well, anyway, I set up a really nice enclosure for it. I'm going to try and continue the potty training with it as well. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for her with all the time and effort, even the potty training techniques for Carrie, but she did an incredibly good job. She also took care of it incredibly good and trained it. And at the end of the night, like Ann just said, yeah, she actually would say, it's time to go to bed, Iggy, and turn the lights off, and it would go right back into its cage that it's got here. But I'm going to try to do the same thing with a much bigger cage and a small door like it's used to. And when it gets used to it, then I'm going to change the door around because it's going to be a hard cage to clean. But today we're actually going to do a cage or a nail clipping, and Ann's going to assist me today, my girlfriend. And I got Justin behind the camera today, and I got Dee Dee as my audience in the back. And I got Abby as my menace. So hopefully she doesn't turn this one into a crazy video. Right, Menace? I love you. Anyway, Iggy is not one to be handled. So Ann tried yesterday, and she seemed to get it out of the cage with no problem, she said. But once she got it out of the cage, it bolted. Ann didn't realize how fast iguanas truly can be. And I've had iguanas in the past that have broke through fences because they ran across the yard already. And some of the bigger ones can jet. They also can swim like fishes, better than fish in some cases. So I'm going to attempt to go in there. I like using protection, so today I'm going to use a pair of welding gloves that one of our pals donated to me. Also, Carrie donated a lot of cages and a lot of accessories and a lot of animal supplies to me. And I still got truckloads of stuff over there to go and get. And again, thank you, Carrie, for your support. This was a blessing to actually do this particular animal because it wasn't emaciated and very sick like a lot. We dewormed it last night, and today we're going to put it into the new cage, and then we're going to turn around and probably start feeding it and get it on a diet tomorrow. Just hold on one sec. Don't pause it, though. We got a phone call that I'm going to end up taking because it sounds like there's a rescue on the phone.
I want to know if you take 4 kittens then.
Unfortunately, we don't have a facility set up for kittens. We do not have a facility set up for kittens.
No, we can't at this time because we don't have the cages in the room for the kittens. We don't get kittens or dogs, so basically reptiles and small animals like guinea pigs and rabbits. So thank you.
Unfortunately, I can't help our bigger furry friends yet. I'm going to build a park and hopefully be able to do that. But yeah, unfortunately, too many people breed kittens and cats, and that's going to be the next problem because there's too many cats and kittens out there. Anyway, I'm going to try and pull this thing out of here. We'll see if it cooperates. I'm hoping that it will. And then coming out with welding gloves and going into its cage. Like Ann said, it bolted yesterday. There's a good chance this thing's going to go stir crazy. And I've handled a couple to where they do like a death roll like alligators, start biting, gaping. These videos thinking thinking I'm going to get bit or something cool is going to happen, and well, I reach in there and I don't know if I have that touch or... And once I get this guy out of there, I'm going to have you close the door, and then we're going to probably stand up and actually do this one, just to make sure. She is a monster. She walked that way. Remember, iguanas have very, very sharp nails. This is why I'm using the gloves. Because I don't want to hurt the iguana. Yep, Iggy's okay. So what we're going to do is, did you turn it off?
Your battery about to die.
There it goes, donation bin, scratching, I guess. Wow, incredible strength. Hold on. Do not try to leave. Get your hand out of there, please. Wow, he's freaking.
Go back to the leg, keep his leg straight.
Yeah. I know what I got to do, but he is incredibly strong.
I know he is. That's why I
Or
saw
she.
She.
Wow, did you guys see that? Was that awesome? I told you it was going to freak out. No, leave me alone a minute. Just give it a second, because both of us are tired.
Okay.
Believe me, that took a lot. Donation bin went flying across the store. Dee Dee's running for and I'm sorry, but when I have an animal, I don't want to be disturbed. And I don't want to hurt my poor baby
That's
here.
why I told him to help
And
him.
she did pretty good. She's mad. So we're going to start with this leg here. And what we're doing is, you can see these are razor sharp claws. She seriously could injure me badly. She'll let you actually paint the claws. If you look, the enjoyment they really got was to paint the nail and sit there and let you do it. So, you know, and again, enjoyment can grow. That was nerve-wracking. It was hard to hold it. It had so much strength, and I was afraid to hurt it, that I literally, you know, had to pin it up against myself. Right now I'm holding it very light too, guys, just so you know. It's not really that bad. At first, though, it felt like it wanted to bolt, just like Ann. Move that arm.
It's okay. Give me a second.
Move that arm, because I don't want it to sit on top of your bare skin. And as you can see, Ann's just knocking the tips off, because the tips are what the real sharp part is. That's one of their defenses, guys. They can cut you up big time. And the truth of it is, the next defense is the tail, usually. Last defense is a bite. And I've had a couple of bites in my days, and much smaller iguanas. And it's an extremely hard bite. They have very strong jaws. I felt like my hand was broken for like 3 or 4 months, and I think all it was muscle in my hand that was crushed. You know what's funny is as much as this thing freaked out, it's so relaxed in my hands right now. Like, it knows now, alright, it's all good, these people ain't going to hurt me. But as soon as I let my grip off of the tail base that I got, she's going to act all different again, because I'm holding her there. I ain't letting her go. She's going to learn that Dad is going to take her to shows. I see schools happening.
Watch her face with the tail.
She's got some good color, and she was in good shape. And I see a lot of the turquoise blues are starting to bleed through in the silvers. And these are the colors that I think we're going to see a lot more of, too. Biggest thing is to take your time. You cut too much off the nail and the... Yep. And you got to use like a stop